When Adam fell, the scriptures tell us and the catechism tells us that we fell into an estate of sin and misery. Sometimes for us to really love Jesus more, we need to get more in touch with our sin. For us to appreciate grace more, we need to get more in tune with our sin. After all, Jesus will never be precious, and grace will never be our joy unless we recognize we truly need grace and need Jesus. One of the ways that Jesus reminds us to see our need for Him and for grace, in Matthew 12, one of our passages this week, Jesus says it is out of the heart that the mouth speaks. In other words, He says that our tongues reveal what's going on in our hearts. One of the things we do at Oak Mountain from time to time is engage in something called the tongue exercise. That's basically what Jesus is doing. You want to see what's in your heart? Just listen to what you say. So for the next 24 hours, here's what I want you to do. Don't complain. Don't grumble. Don't gossip. Don't backbite. Don't say anything negative about anybody. And also, don't blame shift to get the focus off of yourself. Don't defend yourself. Don't make excuses. Don't exaggerate to make yourself look better. And now, what I want you to do is only say words that build other people up. Only give thanksgiving to God. Only engage in praise. Only speak words of truth. How long do you think you'll last? And by the way, if you actually do think you'll last a couple minutes, recognize that Jesus says it's not just actually our literal words, it's words we may think but don't say. Now, what's the purpose of this exercise? To realize that even within us as Christians, the residual of sin, of the estate of sin and misery, still exists. It's been defeated by the cross, but it is still within us and still tempts us to speak horrible things out of the heart. Now, do I say this so that we'd become discouraged or feel despondent? No. I say this, Scripture says this, so that we would despair only of self. We would despair of ever having our own strength through which we can pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and live the Christian life. The more we're aware of our sin and brokenness, the more we're aware of our estate of sin and misery, the more we'll cry out for Christ, the more we'll appreciate the wonder and power of grace.